Welcome back everyone to another episode on Ang's channel. Today we'll be discussing about expenses again. So expenses, this includes talking about what kind of bank that I use, what kind of digital bank, what kind of other services that I use. Do I use cash? Do I use QR or do I use credit card or card more often? So we'll be looking into that in this video. So this video not only just discussing what I use, but also about the benefits, like what I use, the specific tools, the specific banks for transactions, as well as to pay my daily groceries and so on. There are a few options that I used. So they will be including by using bank, by using QR, as well as using cash. So cash, I actually do hold a certain amount as for safety. So for example, I actually hold, for example, like 200 ringgits in my wallet as for the case of emergency, or maybe in the case whereby my phone is running out of battery and I have to pay, so that this $200 200 ringgit cash will be able to cover my situation, as well as it's just acting as a backup if my bank system does not work and so on. For bank and QR, so QR mostly is going by using the touch and go. So touch and go is actually one of the more earlier option that I will choose for my daily transaction as well as my daily payment method. But right now, the thing is that I don't use touch and go that often due to several factors. So the first of all is going to be their points is very useless. So the point useless is whereby they do have provide your points. For example, if you spend 100 ringgits on your groceries, you'll be able to obtain 100 points. But these points, they are actually not that practical. They can't actually exchange for more useful vouchers and so on. Their vouchers is include whereby you buy certain like Starbucks, Juice Coffee and other redeem of other products. But most of the products are not in the use of my daily activities. So basically I have no need for the points to redeem other services as well as other products, whereby it's just I don't use them that often. So meaning that the point that I use is mostly useless. But if you are that kind of person whereby you are willing to use the points to exchange for Juice Coffee, for other consumers products benefits, yes, you can actually go for it. But as for my purpose, the points that provide via the touch and go is actually useless at the current situation. They do have a section whereby they allow you to exchange the points for cash, but the voucher to exchange for cash is usually during the 12 a.m. midnight. It will just be fully redeemed, so I never had a chance to redeem them for once. So that's why I actually stopped using touch and go and then move on to other options which we will be discussing on. And second of all is that the touch and go plus that they provide actually just only provide a 3% PA return, which is actually considered as not bad already. But there is a other options, for example, for the right bank. Okay, so this is coming to the bank part. For the right bank, so they have this promotion whereby they provide a 4% return on the amount, but just only for the first 20k, and then the rest just stay at 3%. So this is actually better compared to touch and go, whereby they provide 1% more. But bear in mind that this kind of interest or fixed deposit interest, if you have like very minimal amount, for me it's just considered as every year I will have extra money for my bubble tea, for a meal of McDonald's and so on. So it's just consider me like earning few $100 for extra food, for extra entertainment and so on. So it won't have that great impact or influence towards your investment portfolio, or is it going to make you a billionaire and so on. So it's just a very small management whereby you can have extra bubble tea and so on. So that's my view on the interest provided by the banks. However, in order to achieve the 4%, you need at least to consume or to spend with their card at least 5 times. So in order to get the promotion of the 4%. So I use Right Bank as one of my banks whereby I store most of my money, and they also provide a sector whereby you can create multiple pockets. For example, this is for taxes, this is for car, this is for food, and then basically you can just allocate the funds inside and separate them very clearly, which amount is for which purposes and so on. So that's one of the main thing for right bank. And also the other bank that I use is going to be Maybank. So this Maybank is for our daily transaction. So this daily transaction meaning if I have any purpose or jobs and I receive salary and so on, so this is the money whereby they will just bank into my Maybank. So a lot of transactions will be based on Maybank, which is a more traditional bank compared to like digital banks such as Right Bank. And also we have the bank also is considered as Aeon Bank. So this is also one of my favorite bank or favorite transaction method, whereby I use Aeon Bank to also do my daily groceries as well as purchases. So here's how it works. So for Aeon Bank, for every $1 you spend, you get 1 point. So again, this is another point thing. But then for every 200 points, you'll be able to convert them into 1 ringgit. So this case, for example, if I spend 200 ringgits, okay, meaning that I will get 200 points. So every 200 points, I will get 1 ringgit back. So meaning that for every 1 ringgit, for every 200 ringgits that I spend, I will get 1 ringgit. So meaning this is a cashback of around 0.5% cashback. So based on this cashback, it's not a lot. It's actually lower than the 1% cashback previously provided by the GX Bank. But then it's actually far better than nothing. So for example, if every month I spend 1,000 ringgits on my food, so a year comes down, it will be 12k. So the percentage of 0.5% times 12k will actually be 60. 0.5% will actually be 60 ringgits. So this 60 ringgits, it actually allows me to have another extra gas, extra bubble teas and so on. So that is why I also use Aeon Bank for most of my transaction purchases of groceries and other stuff. And also I actually buy things using Right Bank first in order to fulfill the requirements to achieve the 4% before I use Aeon Bank. So after I have guaranteed my 4%, I will just move on to Aeon Bank in order to secure another 0.5% cashback. It's not a lot. Really, it's not a lot. Whatever things that I'm doing right now is nothing about investment. It's not about increasing my investment portfolio. It won't make me a millionaire within 10 years and so on. But it's just something that I really like to do when it comes to saving that despite small amount of money. But this money allows me to have extra meals, extra entertainment options, as well as other things. So basically, from the point of view that I just shared, which is my daily usage, Right Bank basically is whereby I earn more higher interest compared to like Touch and Go and Aeon Bank. Aeon Bank does provide their interest, fixed deposit interest rate, also at 3%, which is similar to the Touch and Go. But I prefer Right Bank due to the fact it can actually help me to separate my funds and also to allocate them based on their purposes, so that I have a more clear observation as well as clear way to store my amount of money, and also to know whether this money is for what purposes, and I can arrange it more clearly. And despite the interest, I also have cashback from the Aeon, which is 0.5%. And this is actually nothing compared to using credit card, whereby they can obtain 8% cashback or even 10% cashback on credit cards. But right now I'm still a university student, so basically I don't have the ability to apply for a credit card yet. But if I do have the requirement, I do fulfill the requirement in the near coming futures, I will be able to apply for credit card, whereby I will have better cashbacks in whatever expenses that I have in every year, which I will be able to save up maybe like extra 6% or maybe 8% and so on. So basically this is how I actually spend, and the banks that I use, and the way I purchase my daily things as well as groceries. So this does not save up a lot, but the amount I really do appreciate the amounts that I save up and put it into extra entertainment as well as other uses, whereby compare you just pay with normal banks as well as other cash, you could actually only enjoy what you had. But with this method, that you have a smarter allocation as well as ways to manage your money, especially if the cashback starts to allocate as well as to accumulate even more, you'll be able to have a amount you'll be able to have amount that saves up, which eventually can help you to allocate and compound, become a larger amount, which can be used for investment or your saving purposes and emergency use, or even just for you to have extra chances to enjoy more meals as well as entertainment. So basically that's how I manage my money, as well as the bank that I use, the interest that I go for, as well as the cashback, and then as well as the idea and the direction. But for the credit card, I will do another video on this, whereby if I already applied for the credit card and have used and experienced it, then only then I will share my view as well as the results of the money cashback, as well as the amount that I saved by using credit card, which is the cashback that I provide. So I guess that is all for today's video. I hope you like it, and if this helps, please share it, like it, and also to subscribe the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.